everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of featuring I'm Mike, and that's Jim. Somebody complained that we don't introduce ourselves, and then some people actually think we're all the same person.
Or think that I'm you.
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
Yeah.
And who the hell is Matt?
Matt would be...
Oh yeah, well, there I am up on your machine, grand champion.
Oh, here, move your finger. There's Matt.
The M stands for Mike, and the rest of it don't worry about. So at any rate, you know, these things have been kind of fun so far. Jim, I had fun last week.
Yeah, last week was fun, a little bit longer than anticipated.
Yeah, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
I had fun the week before, the jokes were alright.
It was fun watching last week's and seeing a few of the things we said on there. Actually got a couple more laughs out of it rewatching it. So.
Yeah, it turned out a little better than I thought.
Where's Ray at? We need him for...
Ray's, I don't know where Ray's at.
Ray's coming home from Bethlehem.
Is that where he's at?
Yeah, he was up in Bethlehem.
Okay, well, before we get to our top 10 list for the week, which is our favorite unlicensed pins, let's clear up a little bit of something.
I wouldn't even call this clearing up.
No, let's just, okay, well, here's, I'll preface it and then you say what you want to say and we'll move on. I am currently banned from Pinside.
You're not the only one.
You know, it's kind of like telling me that I'm not allowed to eat prunes. I really don't care. I will put a link to the thread that got me banned, and you can come up with your own opinion about who's right and who's wrong and this, that, and the other thing.
You were actually kind of behaved in it too.
I thought I was being polite. I got officially banned for criticizing a moderator. So apparently we live in a world where someone can say something about you, but if they're in a position of power and then you respond to that, you get banned.
Yeah, it's kind of a double standard on there. They can say what they want and not be held accountable for what they say.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's a big pile of bullshit.
Frankly, I don't care, and I'm gonna preface anything that you've got to say. There are a lot of very, very nice and helpful people on Pinside.
Absolutely.
There are moderators that I like.
Yeah.
I've had some conversations with moderators, and they haven't always been we agree, but I have had polite conversations with moderators. I have had off-thread through PM messaging conversations with moderators. Generally, I think that most of the ones that I've encountered have been okay. Although I think that they might all be messed up in the head, because who has time in their right mind to sit around and read Pinside threads as a lifetime job? I don't get it.
I wouldn't want to do it if you even pay me.
Yeah. I guess I'm assuming they're volunteers.
I guess just people that have enough time to dedicate to it.
So this is not about the bulk of Pinside users. This is, I guess what you've got to say, it isn't even really about the trolls, other than the moderators that are also trolls.
Trolls, absolutely.
So have at it. Tell them what you're upset about. I'm upset about what happened to Brenna,
right.
Who is your girlfriend. She is not me. She does not work for me.
Right.
As far as I can remember, I have never asked her to post on my behalf, or asked her to even so much as look at a post relating to us.
She just recently created her account on there. She would just, normally if I would be over and I'd be looking at stuff on Pinside, she'd be sitting there with me and could read, and she'd enjoy sometimes just logging on without a log on to read stuff.
She likes pinball. Where did you meet her?
Pinball gallery in downtown.
What was she doing?
Playing pinball.
Playing pinball. A girl that likes pinball, for real.
Yeah, but so anyway, she created her account maybe within the past month or so, and she doesn't really get on there a lot, but she checks it out. And you know, you created that thread, which you're going to post the link to for you, where you ask GameroomCollectible customers and or WideAreaRepair customers to comment on what they thought. And
I actually did that because I forget why I was on there. I try not to go on there. But I was on there, and you know, the most recent post come up, and someone had asked the identical question about TNT. Right. So I did that. I was curious to see, you know, who would speak up, because we have customers. that are on Pinside. And if you look at the thread was going really well. There were a lot of our customers were saying, I was blushing through the computer screen, however you do that, at some of the nice things that they were saying about us. But then, of course, it went south from there from people who were not our customers.
Right,
but,
adding their 2 cents. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, she created her thing, and she commented there because she has 2 machines at her home that were refurbed by GameroomCollectibles / WideAreaRepair, and she's happy with what she got. And she just wanted to add her 2 cents, and also saw Blonde Tall, the moderator, and her husband ganged up and gave you a bunch of grief and got you banned. So, hey, Blonde Tall, there you go. Hey, Blonde Tall's husband, there you go.
I'm with you.
There's my 2 cents on that. I'm moving on. I'm not saying anything else other than go fuck yourself.
Okay.
But the thing that kills me is she comments on there and mentions saying that they were, both ganging up on you, kind of.
Yeah.
And is it fair for a moderator to act like that?
She criticized the moderator and got banned.
And she got warned and banned and then the ban she got, this is even worse. The ban she got, I didn't see it because I was at work, and I looked at it when I got home. I thought maybe she got banned because maybe the Blonde Tall douche monitor. Oh yeah, Blonde Tall, I hope you have nasty yeast infections for the rest of your life.
That's not nice.
I don't care. But the Abso country is who flagged her or banned her account and put the reason code on it, having multiple accounts. She's got 1 account. She just signed up on there. Hey, Abso country 2, whatever your name is, go fuck yourself in Alaska. So fuck you.
He's in Alaska?
Yeah, he's in Alaska. You can go fuck yourself. And the worst part of it, she sent an email, a nice long email.
Yeah, I read the email she sent him. She was very, very polite.
And I just said, I don't care about my ban. I'll take the ban, but why are you flagging
It's
my
incorrect.
account when I don't have multiple accounts? And,
And
they don't even have the decency to reply to her. They jump real quick to ban you or whatever, but won't reply to her email.
If you took 10 seconds to read her posts, it would be brutally obvious that she's not me. What'd she say? Something about she tried to change a bulb on one of her machines.
Yeah.
And she cut herself and cried.
Yeah. Got blood on the plate.
Do I look like I'm going to make... I don't... At Pinside, anybody in charge over there, I don't have time to pull that kind of shit. I got better things to do.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, Abso Country, thanks for flagging my girlfriend's page on Pinside. She said she's probably not coming back, so another fuck you to Abso Country and Blonde Tall. Both you go fuck yourself and your husband.
You said that before, but okay, I'm with you the second time.
And if we ever bring up
Pinside... The sad thing is, she's relatively new to pinball. I don't know how she really even got into pinball.
She's been playing in the leagues for a few years.
Yeah, that's not my business, but she's not really... extremely established in the pinball community. She's a little bit, she's a female for starters. And here she is showing interest in pinball and trying to be involved. She tries to help me and you, she tries to help us out when she can.
Right.
And, this is like a kick in the teeth to her. She didn't do anything wrong. She was being polite and Pinside kicked her in the teeth.
Yeah.
That's the only portion of it that I'm pissed off about.
She's not upset about it, but she's mad. She's kind of pissed off that the moderators can get away with the double standard that they're on, and nobody's going to do anything about it because they're moderators. And I even brought it up to a couple of people who were on Pinside, who I'm not mentioning names because I'm also friends with them on Facebook, and they're my pinbook on Facebook. And one of them said the same thing about moderators getting out of line with the way they handle other people, and Blonde Tall was brought up as being one of those, and he said that he's going to email Robin on the site to say, hey, it's not fair for moderators to be like that. But it's just a shame for her because she didn't do anything wrong, and now you're going to flag her account.
Bottom line, Pinside is a good building with bad people in it. The format, we talked about this before. The whole setup and what they're trying to do there is good.
Right.
But it's got major problems. Frankly, it fucking sucks.
I've been trying to stay off it.
I do too.
I got drugged back in with the post that you would post on. I have to go
look. I did too. I posted that thing 2-3 weeks ago when I'd forgotten about it. I wasn't watching it or anything. And I was over here the other night, and she said, "Did you see what such and such said about you on your post?" And at that point, I had to go look, and it was all nice stuff. And then I get dragged into this bullshit again. We've spent far too much time on Pinside.
Yep.
Can we move on?
Yeah, and if we bring up another Pinside thing on this video, I'm walking that way, and you're going to film with Pinbot
Okay, well, I will not bring it up again. The only thing I got to say is that I am banned. I will not be back there anytime soon. I invite Pinsiders who might be seeing this film over on Pinside. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. By the way, how are you the only one that hasn't gotten banned?
Oh, I got warned.
I've seen you say stuff on there like "lick my nuts," and I've seen all kinds of stuff on there, and you ain't been banned.
It'll happen. Don't worry.
You're like the Teflon. You're the Teflon Don.
Yeah. Until they see this.
But at any rate, all you Pinsiders, come on over. You can run your whole forum on our YouTube page down there in the comments section. Just have at it. Your comments will be moderated, but I can promise you that your moderator will be me, and at least you'll know what to expect then.
And you won't ban anybody.
I have banned. I have banned. If you're an idiot and you're just talking nonsense or being offensive, I will ban you.
Yeah, like the last clown who was talking. He came on, I forget what video it was, but he.
Oh yeah, what the hell was that?
What the hell was he talking about?
Oh, something about the. Oh, it was on the Theater of Magic video. He said
something about
exactly what Satanic America used to be watching. And we find out that he was a nut, so I banned him. If you say something that I don't agree with, and you present it politely, I will politely respond to you with my opinion, and we can go at it until we're both blue in the face. I do not have a problem with people that disagree with me. But be civil about it.
Fair enough.
What do you think? I can't beat that. Are we still talking about fucking Pinside?
Enough, move on. Anyway.
Okay.
This week's top 10 feature is, again...
It is our favorite non-licensed pin. Non-licensed pins. I'm going to take one other quick aside, and that was we were going to do the top 10 reasons why pinball is better than men.
Just to do a follow-up to the top 10 why pinball is better than women.
Well,
we'll save that one for next week.
Well, I don't know when maybe we'll try to do it next week. I'm going to reach out to our subscribers here and viewers and ask you to personal message me. Don't put it in the comments section for everybody to see yet. But if you have any good one-liners that would fit that criteria, send them directly to me because I am hurting. I spent hours on this. And Jim, I came up here. I'll give you some of the ones I came up with.
No,
guys, I can't use these. They're terrible.
No, just save them because you might have to use them.
It's fucking terrible.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear them. Save them from when we're going to do them because
no pinball machine has ever been banned from Pinside.
That's terrible. So I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got like at least 13.
Mine are fucking horrible. I can't use any of them other than that one I just used.
Save it and we'll come back to it next week. Or you can email Mike, GameroomCollectibles@gmail.com. Give him some ideas on
You can message us directly on the YouTube page.
Either or, yeah.
Whichever. So send me some ideas. I'm hurting. These are terrible. But on to top 10 of our favorite non-licensed pins. I went first last week, so why don't you have at it, and then I'll take up the rest of the 3 hours long that this is
here we go. I'll give my 2 honorable mentions real quick. Hot Tip and No Good Gophers. Hot Tip, if you haven't played it, don't know it that well, scroll back in some of the videos. We got a feature video of it a couple months ago before it shipped off to Mr. Brundage in Utah. Derek.
Yes.
We played the hell out of that game. It's an evil, mean playing pin. It's fun to play.
It's probably the pin that I played second most to that one.
Probably.
It was in the shop for a long time. I played the piss out of it.
Yeah, I'd have to say it's the most played pin for me, minus my
What's
Scared
lineup,
Stiff.
yeah.
Well, my Scared Stiff and Whirlwind are probably the 2 that I've played the most since I've had anything, and maybe T2. But we played the snot out of Hot Tip, so love the game. It's nothing spectacular on cabinet artwork or anything. Just a simple concept of the game. Hit the set of 6 drop targets, hit the spinner, and then more sets of drop targets get you extra ball.
Yeah.
And then
we've talked about this before. Sometimes, with Stern's new rule sets that are this friggin' long, that's not fun to me.
Yeah,
give me something that I can drink 18 beers and still have a clue what I'm supposed to do.
We're not even that, where you don't have to sit and think, what are my next 8 shots going to have?
Yeah.
What do I have to do? I have to
it's
hit
not work,
down.
it's just fun.
Yeah, I got to hit down a set of drop targets and hit a spinner.
Yep.
Simple, basic rule set, fun, mean enough that the games are quick enough where you're going to be coming back pissed off, ready to play more.
Yeah, with you. No Good Gophers?
No Good Gophers, great theme. If you haven't played it, watch a video on it. It's great call-outs on the game.
Say goodbye to your
Warning
balls.
shots if you can get the hole-in-one shot on it. Artwork's really good. It's just a good pin.
Love it.
Now that after that, I think I got 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like now we get it at the top 10.
Okay.
Go old school a little bit here. Early SS game, Fathom. Great artwork. Early multi-ball game, and getting the multi-ball on it, it's not hitting the ball in the same spot. You got two different shots. You got to hit the ball to lock for multi-balls.
Yes.
Great. I'll touch on this later, where it's one as far as artwork. Superb artwork on the game. Might have been Greg Freery's first game. I'm not 100%
Really?
sure. It might have been. Could be wrong. But one of the best back glasses there is. Playfield, great.
You don't have one of those.
No, I don't. Tough one to get. Maybe one day, but again, it's not a deep rule set game or anything. But for its time,
I like Fathom.
kind of like Centaur, what we've said a bunch of times, is ahead of its time when
Yeah.
it came out. And
Well, so was Fathom.
Fathom was also. So
Yes.
that's number 10.
Okay.
Number 9, you probably don't know this. Played it up at Joe Newhart's. He insisted that me and Ray play it. It's a 50s game called Balls of Poppin'. And,
I need that for my list of why pinball is better than men.
well, yeah.
I don't know what Balls of Poppin' is, so you're going to have to
It's
school me.
neat. It's an old game, and it's got, I think it's 56, 57, it's something in the 50s. You have shots that you have to hit on the game, which lights up scoring on the game to where it determines how many balls it's going to kick out, so you can get that many balls on extra balls, or on a multi-ball. So you hit these shots, and it lights up the award to a certain point, where if you hit the shot that enables the multi-ball, it's got a lock thing over on the left-hand side, kind of like a reverse kick out.
Okay.
Instead of at the bottom, it's halfway up the playfield, and depending on how far you get it up to where it's at, it kicks out a bunch of multi-balls for you.
Neat.
Well, I was
Yeah.
looking at it at first playing it, I'm like, dude, what's so good about this? And then finally he got
Yeah.
it going, and I'm like, oh, wow, neat.
That's
Very
cool.
way.
Yeah, we talked about this. I think it might have been one of the tech tips or somewhere where we were talking about EMs with multi-ball. There were EMs that had multi-ball. Nippet does.
Right.
And zipper flippers on that. I think Nippet's not on any of my
The
list.
balls
but
are popping because you got to hit shots to add on to the amount of balls you're going to get for your multi-ball. It's just neat.
Okay.
Great idea for back then.
I'll have to look into that. I'm with you.
All right.
I mean, I may not be with you because I'm not familiar with it, but I'll look into it.
Number 8, Centaur. Just talked about it. Awesome artwork.
No brainer.
Probably the best artwork on a playfield. Just the detail.
Yes, very, very, very detailed.
Super detailed. Great game. Fun.
Black and white.
The color scheme on it's awesome. Black,
I think
white,
it
black,
does.
white, red, and silver.
Yeah, yeah, monochrome with some red,
Monochrome,
with
right.
a red, red offsets or whatever.
And the way you got to hit the targets in order.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
cool ass game.
great rule set, great game.
With you.
Another tough one to get.
Yes, it is.
All right, next one. It's a combination of two. BK2K/BK.
Okay.
Great artwork, great sounds to the game. In my opinion, if you put any back glass up against that with LEDs behind it,
It looked nice.
it looks awesome.
Sound-wise, great.
Sound-wise, great.
She's jealous.
Yeah, we're not talking about it. She's being jealous. And it's not, it's not a super deep rule set, but it's challenging enough, especially depending on where you're playing at it. The game's not dialed in. They have to keep hitting up around to get that up to the upper playfield to
Yeah,
get that shot.
it's a little bit. It's a unique game. I'm going to let you finish. I'm not even going to go into that one because it's on.
All right, Fishtails. Had one. Wish I still had it.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah,
But
but
you had a nice one. It was nice.
I got an attack from Mars.
Yeah, I
So,
guess you moved up.
Yeah, I moved up. But Fishtails, great call-outs, great sound, challenging. It's a hard enough pin for people if they're not, I guess, say really skilled at it. That we had one come into the shop that they rubber banded off the out lanes.
yes, they did.
They rubber banded their out lanes off just because it was such a drain monster for them. So it's a fun game, great call outs, really good video mode on it with the water skiers thing. Love the game. Topper, great topper with just put together well.
Yeah.
Hard enough game.
Yeah.
Like it. Wish I still had it.
Which?
So,
Well, you can get another one.
maybe. We'll see. Next, number 5, Cactus Canyon. I'm going to put a little asterisk beside it with P-Rock.
Yeah.
Without the P-Rock, it's still a really neat game. But
Yeah.
when you put the P-Rock on that game, it's awesome.
It's kind of on my list, so we can delve into that deeper later.
That deeper, but with the P-Rock on it, it just makes it a whole nother game.
Yes, it does.
Not to try to sound off on anything that anybody's designed, but if P-Rock could update other games, like say,
They probably will.
let's hope they will. Like the worst finale mode on a pinball machine.
I'll tell you about that coming up shortly.
Theater of Magic.
Yes.
Single ball, multi-ball at the end. Come on.
Yes.
J-Pop should have updated
Unfinished
the code. Finished the code on that to make that a multi-ball finale instead of single ball. P-Rock should do that. Anyway, going with number 5.
Okay.
Now, I'll move on to number 4, Funhouse. One of my favorite games, of course, as a lot of these, yeah, exactly. A lot of these lists are, it's all opinion-based.
Yeah.
For me,
Popular
all
choice. People like Funhouse.
neat with the head on the play
The
field.
price it costs you to get one indicates that.
Yeah, and it's funny. A lot of people who've been over who aren't pinheads who would just be over to hang out because they hadn't hung out in a while, and especially a couple of female friends who came over for New Year's a few years ago.
They like that.
One refused to play it.
She was scared of it.
Yeah, she was scared of it. My friend Tiffany brought her friend over for New Year's, and they were over for a little while and then went to another party, but they were playing for a little while, and she saw that and turned it on, and we went to play. She saw it start talking. She said, "Oh, I'm not playing that. That's creepy." So I can understand why some people might not like it, but still, for me, great theme, great call outs. It's funny how he calls each individual player 1 through 4 the same name through every ball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like it.
Okay. Well, it's your list.
Yeah, it's my list. So, am I right? For me, I am.
You were 100% right.
And your list will be 100% right too. Yours is 100% right too.
Mine is 110% right.
Oh yeah, there we go. He needs to add 10% because his score's been falling short recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot how to play pinball. I'm getting whooped. I got whooped by Ray.
Whooped by
recently.
Ray. Oh my! I think I'd retire. Anyway, number 3, Medieval Madness.
Surprised to see that that's number 3, but okay.
It's a hard game. It's a fun game. It's a deep rule set. It's the opposite of what I was talking about before. You know, sometimes you don't want to play something that's a deep rule set. You want to play something where you can just smack it
But
around.
you know what? Even though it's deep, it is understandable. It's
It's
not complicated.
Right, but at the same time,
It's a long road.
It's a long road to do it. You got to plan out how you're going to do it. Like when you get stacked, get your multi-balls going when you're about to start going for a castle. That way, the missed shots will catch the castle. And there's more thought to it than just saying, hit drop targets, hit.
No, a lot of strategy. Sure.
There's a little bit more strategy involved. I'll go to the next step in a second. Number 2 for me, Toby. Tales of the Arabian Nights, best looking pinball machine. Lighting on it's great. Sounds great, especially when we put subs on a lot of the games. Sounds awesome with that on it. Fun enough set to it, that rule set where it's challenging. It took you a little.
I was going the hard way. I wasn't collecting. Right. I was trying to do every mode, which is not what you would really do if you were just playing.
Well, that's how I play it. So
really?
when I just beat it the other night before you come over, I didn't cheat and pick anything on the
because you can't. This should almost be an option where you could turn that off because it allows you to skip modes.
If I hit that shot, I will always pick the tiger loops, or if I got the lamp going, triple lamp score. Yeah, I'm not collecting jewels that way. I'm going to collect jewels by hitting the shots. But one of my favorite pins, one that won't ever leave my lineup. Totem.
Yes.
Number 1, AFM. Love it.
Okay.
It's not, it's beating Medievals like beating AFM 3 times because you have to hit the same shots 3 times instead of hitting the loops 3 like on AFM. Medievals, triple that. It's 9. Or hitting the ramps 3 times on AFM. Medievals 12. So whatever.
AFM very beatable.
Right. It's more beatable.
Yeah.
By far. But I mean, the call outs on it are great. Artwork's great.
Very funny.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Fun game. That's my top 10. So.
Okay. AFM is, it's almost, a lot of games are like, is that licensed or isn't it? And it's like,
Well, that one's close.
Kind of close, because they were, like
Mars,
even
because it was close to like
yeah,
the Mars Attacks thing. It's
right.
Close, but
I've heard people call that Mars Attacks. Like the people that are think they know something about pinball but really don't. You ever run into anybody like that?
yeah, like when you see ads on Craigslist or whatever.
Yeah,
I just put
bands.
new rubber bands
Yeah.
on this machine.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks. You better take the rubber bands off because that ain't right.
Okay, Matt, I'm with you. What have I done? I did a little bit of research before I made my list, because remember I kind of changed the topic a little bit when he said best. Ghost Quarter said the best non-licensed titles, and then I made it the favorite non-licensed. Then I thought, well, I'm still kind of comparing apples to oranges here, because Hot Tip and Medieval Madness or Cactus Canyon they're like over here.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not in. They're not. It's not apples to oranges. They're all over the place.
All right, like I said, it's opinion based, so everybody's lists are all going to be different. But
So I got out 10 top 10 uses for a pinball guide other than determining price, because it doesn't do that. So I went looking and I thought, okay, well, what's the history here? When did it switch? Because I was looking, the older games like mid to late 80s and back, they're all non-licensed titles.
right,
With exception of, and I got looking, okay, Gottlieb, Charlie's Angels, Pink Panther, Amazing Spider-Man, Rocky, Close Encounters, Hulk, Buck Rogers. They had a lot
Evil
of...
Knievel.
At Bally had, Playboy, Kiss, Rolling Stones.
Evil Knievel.
Right.
And all
Williams had Defender and Joust, but...
Space Invaders.
Yeah. But it was kind of the exception to the rule then. Most of the pins were just Hot Tip. They were just generic, whatever. And then, so I thought, okay, well, when did this change? Data East. Do you know who was the president of Data East?
Gary Stern?
Yes. Starting with RoboCop in 2 of 89. RoboCop, Playboy Anniversary, Monday Night Football, Phantom of the Opera, Back to the Future. Bam, 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 bam. License, 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 license. In the mix of that, it looks like Bally jumped back in it with the Elvira Party Monsters.
Right.
License pin.
Yeah, because everything else right around the same time. Dr. Dude.
Yeah.
Radical, which...
Yeah.
Bouncing around, I guess.
At that time, like right at the end, 89, 90, it seems to be when it was changing over. It was about 50-50 there for a very short period of time. And then it got decimated by what pen?
Adam's Family.
Adam's Family put the unlicensed theme pins to bed.
Yeah.
With production of whatever, 22,000, 20,000, 20, whatever.
22,000.
Yeah, that kind of set the tone for everybody, and everybody then ran the licenses. I went and I tried to count how many unlicensed pins there have been since then, and there is really only about 10. I mean, there's a few more. There's probably maybe 13 or 14. I didn't look at Gottlieb because Gottlieb is irrelevant. They're not going to make any top 10 lists of anything. Really. So that was my research department.
Nice.
Therefore, when I made my list, I tried to stay with ones that competed against all the licensed titles being out there. I didn't go back into like Centaur or Fathom or stuff like that, because that was just saying, okay, well, what's the best pin of 1982? Centaur or Fathom, what?
Right.
Because they were all unlicensed at that point. Not that, I mean, I didn't tell you that ahead of time, so it's on your list. So what?
Right. Yeah, your list is your
But
list.
this is my list. So that's how I kind of condensed my list into what it is. I have 3 honorable mentions. Of course, there's 50 on my list, by the way.
Sure, yeah.
Honorable mentions: Cactus Canyon. P-Rock finished it. I think, and I have played the non-updated version, and a non-updated version is an atrocity. It's an unfinished pin.
Right. It's still, I mean, still enjoyable. I still
Oh yeah,
enjoyed it. But
what they were doing is, I mean, they were on the right track, but they abandoned it, and it's a shame.
Well, yeah, they cut the game short because they wanted to start working on
Fucking up.
Pinball 2000.
They wanted to start fucking up.
They were going to make more of the Cactus Canyons, but they said, no, let's cut it now and start working on Pinball 2000, which ultimately was the end.
Yeah. So, honorable mention, cool pin, get it, and the P-Rock, and you're good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Junkyard, didn't quite make my list, but it made an honorable mention for unique rules and being fucking
Brutal.
mean. That's a fucking mean pin.
Yeah, it is.
It will make you angry. Big Bang Bar, honorable mention.
I thought about putting that on.
Do you know what I feel is wrong with the Big Bang Bar, other than it's pretty much unobtainable? But even if it was, even if I could go get one, it's not a Bally Williams. It doesn't play like one.
No,
it
no,
feels,
not at all.
it feels weird.
Yeah, it's funky.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right. So now that being said, here comes the... Oh, I got two dishonorable mentions as well.
Okay.
Dishonorable mentions would be Sharky's Shootout and Striker Extreme. When the new Stern came onto the playing field for building pins, when they took over Sega, you know, they tried two unlicensed themes right out of the gate. And they built two of the fucking most horrible pins I've ever seen in my life.
They're not very great.
And, you know, being an American, whether I'm a satanic American or not, I don't know what that is. You know, soccer doesn't do it for me. And I can like a pin and have the theme be not something I like, but the pin sucked, the theme sucked, the thing sucked. It sucks as an NFL too.
I'll follow it up with, I don't really like the game either, but if you go to, it's not the same game. World Cup Soccer is a fun pin to play. Another J-pop game, World Cup Soccer. It's fun. I played soccer, but as far as soccer is concerned, I like playing soccer. I love playing it. You know what I don't like? Watching soccer on TV. It's like playing golf. Do I want to watch golf on TV? No, I'd rather
Probably
be
not.
film.
Okay, so
Anyway.
so there's my honorables and dishonorable mentions. Everything else on my list is top to bottom.
These two are just,
They're dated.
they're going back and forth over here. Or if they're,
What do you mean?
I'll bet you they're arguing. Anyway.
Oh, straight up and down the line, 10 to 1, all Bally Williams. And all during the merge. None of them are individuals. They're all Bally Williams.
Okay.
Number 10 is actually 3 pins. Taxi, Police Force, Diner. To me, they're all the same pin with different artwork.
Right.
And you can argue that, but the rule sets are all the same.
Well, Taxi and Diner crisscross.
Yeah, the play fields are a little bit different.
Yeah, I had Taxi sitting beside my fishtails just because is that Mark Ritchie that designed them? I think those are Mark Ritchie games.
I don't know.
I think they're Mark Ritchie games because he liked doing the crisscross ramps.
Okay.
So I had Taxi with the crisscross and Fishtails with the crisscross sitting beside.
Okay. I like all 3 of those pins. My favorite of the 3 is probably Police Force, only because I played the piss out of one at the Granite Run Mall. It probably resulted in the failure of my college career. Okay, number 9, Earthshaker. Played the piss out of that over here at... there used to be a pizza shop at 5 Points Road.
Oh yeah.
John's Pizza?
No.
John's Pizza?
K&G.
K&G Pizza. That was it, K&G.
Yep.
They had an Earthshaker in
Yeah,
there.
they always had a pin in there in
Yeah.
video games too.
Okay, well, I remember playing an Earthshaker in there. I just thought it was about the coolest thing ever. Beautiful back glass, it shakes, lots of unique features.
Ray rebuilt my shaker motor on that when I first got it, and you put that up against the Stern shaker motor, this thing, it shakes a lot more violently, especially with the rebuilt motor on it. Good Lord.
So that's 1989. This is before the fall of the Addams family, but still in the mix where it was about 50-50. Number 8, Radical, 1990.
Fun pin. Keeps you busy.
Yeah, that thing's got a neat layout, got neat ramps. Feels like it's another one of those pins that feels like it's newer than it is.
Right.
Radical. Had a lot of. I enjoyed that one passing through. I played the piss out of it while I was there.
We got to play.
Melanie liked that game a lot. She posted. She had her name on it.
Yeah, that was an actual
legitimate. She legitimately had her name on that thing.
All right, I'm gonna have to let Andrew Lloyd down real quick.
Okay.
That score of
No!
60 million on there. That's not Mel that got that score. He
Oh.
commented on our Facebook page today. I posted the picture from the other night when we were playing, and you couldn't get the jackpot of the billion shot on it. He said,
Oh.
"Oh, keep trying because Mel did it."
Mel didn't do that.
It wasn't Mel that
was
did
a fake.
that video. That was
You were fooled.
You were fooled. That was this guy.
I actually overdubbed her like talking to the machine while I was playing.
Granted, she did do a lot of the videos, but that one,
Yeah.
she could not beat the game. So
Yeah, well, you know, when you're sitting here trying to film a video and it's getting into its 4th hour, it's time to try something else. Okay, what was that? Radical. Number 7, BK2K.
okay,
Was on your list.
Yep.
Is on my list for similar reasons. Another 4 of 89. Another pin that seems like it's a lot newer than it is, with the soundtrack being what it is and the call-outs on it. It's a fast-playing pin, interesting, non-licensed. I'm all for that. The rest of them on my list are post-Addams Family. So these are the ones that really were fighting for their spots. And you know what all of them are. Number 6, Theater of Magic. It's at the bottom of that section of the list because it does have flaws. The wizard mode
should be a multi-ball.
is anticlimactic. It's not a multi-ball, and I think that's tied to the fact that it does not have an automatic plunger.
It doesn't have the auto launch. Same thing as Totems, which I have them sitting right there
Yeah.
beside one another. They're both not auto launch.
And even if you want to take that one step further, even though it has a plunger, the plunger's irrelevant on it because it doesn't. The strength of your plunge on
Yeah,
Theater
it's-
Magic is irrelevant. It doesn't have a skill shot per se. I mean, coming out of the gate, you have to
Right.
hit your shot,
Right.
but it doesn't have a plunger skill shot.
Right.
Somebody actually asked that for a top 10 theme, was top 10 skill shots. I think that's a good topic. I don't know, we may get to it.
Maybe.
And the poof target. I did look up. The poof target does nothing.
It does nothing.
It does.
The two on the side of the ramp up top, that controls,
Yes, they do.
That controls the trapdoor, like
Yes.
I thought it did.
The poof target does nothing. So it's kind of Theater Magic has its flaws, but it's a fun pin. It's a good theme.
Looks nice.
It was going to be a licensed pin, and then
Yeah,
it
well,
didn't.
David Copperfield is a douche nugget. About
Just
it.
as well. I think that people would. I think that David Copperfield pin would not have the same lasting appeal that Theater Magic does, in my opinion. Number 5. It's bigger brother on steroids, Totem. Totem is everything that Theater Magic is times 3. Great game, beautiful to look at, neat features. Like Totem a lot, although I do not have to play it.
Yeah, you'll play it again. Don't worry.
I'm retired from playing Totem.
Here we go.
I beat it.
Yep.
Number
So did
4.
I Friday night, but I'll still play.
Okay. Number 4, No Good Gophers. And oddly enough, I don't like the theme. I don't give a shit about golf. I do not like golf. I do not. I tried to play golf a couple times, and I was beyond horrible.
Right.
Like I couldn't believe that I wanted to hit the ball that way, and it went that way. I got no love for golf, and I stepped up to it the first time I saw it, and I thought, this is really going to suck. And it doesn't. It's a fun. It's got the
Gophers make the game
yeah.
fun.
The Gophers are funny. Much like you said on Funhouse, they call each player by an individual insulting name. Yeah, the playfield layout's got some flaws. It's a little bit goofy, like where the pop bumpers
Hey,
are.
the game farts, so it's got to be fun.
Does it for it?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yep.
Okay.
Notice when it kicks.
That was
when
Family
it kicks,
Guy.
No, it does.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, Family Guy and that both are for it.
The hole-in-one shot, it may be my single most favorite shot in pinball. Love No Good Gophers. Number 3, Medieval Madness. Doesn't really need explanation. It's funny. Well done.
Great
pin.
call-outs. It's got a ton of call-outs on it, too.
Yes.
if you actually read the whole list of all the call-outs that are on that game,
It says a lot of
stuff.
funny shit.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Attack from Mars. Isn't Attack from Mars? Oh, Attack from Mars is next on my list, number 2. Another slam dunk. Although Attack from Mars is, well, I guess it's a little older, but not old. Same thing. You know, they pulled out all the plugs on making it funny, and it is funny and fun.
Good theme.
And number 1 is going to probably surprise you. Fishtails.
Fishtails.
Fishtails hit number 1 for me.
It's on my list.
The video mode, and I'm not a video mode guy, but the video mode is funny.
Video mode's hilarious. Hey Bob, look, water skiers.
The monster fish, the tell a lie, the multi balls in it, and the multi ball goals of locking a ball, and then what do you do when after you're in multi ball, you lock a ball, and where's the jackpot?
The jackpot's right back in.
Is it? I don't even remember.
It's been a while.
I haven't played it in a while. It's got the fast cast where it plunges around, and if you hit the shot off the...
Yeah, that's a tough skill shot.
Yeah. The flipper on top. You're going to talk, you're going to fish.
Yeah.
And I am not, and again, same as the No Good Gophers, I am not a fisherman. I have no affinity for fish. I'm not a country music guy, so the soundtrack is not like something I would listen to in my car,
right.
But it fits the game, and I think they just got that thing right. My putting together this list made me think that given the opportunity to have one pin, that's what it would be. At this juncture in my life, I would have a Fishtails. Did that surprise you at all?
Some of it. Radical was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I figured we'd match on a few games.
Yeah, well,
like,
Toten, I mean, you know, Medieval Madness, if it's not on your list, why isn't it?
Why isn't it, right? But I figured No Good Gophers we'd probably match on. I mean, I didn't have it in my top 10, but it's still an honorable mention.
One thing that was fun about making that list, Jim, was, you know, I got to really think about times that I enjoyed playing pinball, which has not really been recently. Especially the other night, whatever this Bride of Pinbot did to me.
Yeah,
I played it for like 2 hours in one game. And
79 million.
And couldn't get the friggin' billion shot.
Had like 10 chances, had the billion shot ready to go and couldn't get it, and one time you did, it just timed out.
Yeah, that was
And
brutal.
you had your ball launch up to 10 times multiply on your ball launch twice in the same game.
You got a bulb out.
Yeah, it'll survive.
Okay, well, that was kind of a fun list. Did you have fun doing your list?
Yeah, I had to try to think about, try to make the list. You know, I know obviously with what I have sitting down here, of course,
Yeah, you didn't want to pick 10 of these.
I didn't want to pick everything I have because
Yeah.
there's a lot of games that I've played where I wish I had, or I'd like to get.
That reminds me.
Ones that I had and would like to have back. So.
That reminds me. Next week we are going to do an extra that may or may that has nothing to do with why pinballs are better than men. We're going to do the.
Well, we're not doing 2 extras next week, so we're either going to do that 2 weeks from now, or we're doing the why pinball is better than men next week. We're not doing 3 next week.
Okay, we're not doing 3 next week.
So that'll be following the top 10 pins.
Okay, well then the following week's extra, which at this point there's no sense in me announcing it, but it will be the top 10 pins that Jim would like to have. And I'm going to do the same thing, the top 10 pins that Jim would like to have.
I'm sure you'll get a couple of them.
I'll be right on 6 of them.
We'll see.
So what are we doing next week, Jim?
Top 10 or top most favorite multi-balls.
Okay, as suggested by a few different people. Punisher, who we don't hear from really that often, but he's been with us a while. The usual suspect, Ghost Quarter, and Dado Ducks. You familiar with Dado Ducks at all?
No.
Dado Ducks is a cool guy. He's been with us a very long time. Doesn't speak up a lot, but he chimes in every once in a while.
You spend more time replying to all that.
Yes, more time. And if I don't if I don't reply to you quickly, it's because I got things to do.
And you got 8 million replies.
Yeah. We're about to cross the 2,000 threshold, by the way. We're right on TNT's ass. Who, he just put up a video. I went and looked because I go there every couple of weeks just to see what the hell he's doing. And really, I just want to see what his number is. And he put in this introduction to a TV show that he's going to put on local access television in like Reading or some shit. Do you believe that?
Sure.
Why would you do that?
He likes being on camera. Where I'm the opposite, I really don't.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Don't really.
But you like to talk. You like to talk about pinball.
Sure.
And you generally like the people that are viewing this.
Yeah.
Most of them, anyway. And you get an opportunity to say "fuck you" to somebody you don't like. Dante Bean on Pinside. Dante Bean. Fuck you.
Yeah. How is it that he got to call you a fucking idiot and didn't get banned? But
yes, he insulted me quite vulgarly.
Vulgarly.
Yes, whatever. And
No ban.
yeah, he didn't get banned.
Inside moderators, other than like Seal Clover School, the rest of them.
Well, not the rest of them, but certain ones of them.
A handful of them.
Are we talking about pin? We said we were going to walk away.
Done.
We'll see you next week. We'll see you Friday for Ray's Tech Tips, Sunday for Featured Pin of the Week, and that's our exit music. What do you think about the Super Bowl?
Go Seahawks. I'd like to see Seahawks win.
You're talking to them. I'm talking to you. We're fading out. See, they're not even there anymore. It's like those news programs. Like the lights are going to come down, and we're going to fade out into nowhere, and music will fade away.
And you'll have like a little waving thing, like the genie thing.
And like, boom, we're gone.
Hi, we hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Want to know what's coming next? Go like us on Facebook right now. You can keep up to date with all of us here at the shop and what we've been up to. Thank you for watching.